Hey folks, no opening bit this time. Just letting you know that thanks to current events, we don't have any conventions lined up, which means we're broke. Please consider buying a custom body pillow from our website or pledging to the Patreon. Thank you very much. Howdy friendos, my name is Stuart and welcome once again to the part of the channel that takes a look at pop culture characters and examines what alignment they are. One thing I would like to establish before we begin is the fact that this is a comedy series. And being a comedy means that we'll be operating as a combination of both the logic presented in the show and the logic that we use in this alignment series. If you're new to my videos or you need a refresher, I explain exactly how our alignment system works in the Shrek video and our Mandalorian video. Go ahead and watch those now if you're going to be taking this video seriously. In whatever wacky cartoon universe this is, the rules are a little unclear. Villains seem to operate openly out in public to the point where they can just call for a press conference and have sort of political clout. In short, you really aren't supposed to think too hard about how the rules of the world operate, and you're just supposed to enjoy the mature jokes, like the character interactions, and the character's journey of self-discovery. With that out of the way, there are going to be actions in this that are clearly selfish, evil, and dick moves, but the way that they're executed in this will be played with slightly. Sometimes evil actions will be labeled as neutral, mostly to coincide with the weird laws of Harley's universe. For example, some villains like Harley and her crew are viewed as troublemakers, while characters like Queen of Fables are considered evil. Basically, if the show wants you to see it as funny, it tends to be considered neutral. If the characters react horrified, it's definitely evil. This won't excuse certain actions, but if you're scratching your head at some point during the CinemaSin portions, then this is the logic I'm going with. Anyway, today we'll be examining Harley Quinn from DC's new animated series, Harley Quinn. This series is a comedy that takes a look at Harley Quinn in an alternate universe. Here, she breaks up with Joker and strikes out on her own and tries to make it as an independent supervillain. Originally, I was going to examine Harley from Suicide Squad as well and make a comparison. Then I realized that this video was already going to be fairly long and Suicide Squad is trash. For now, let's get started with our character. Harley Quinn was born Harleen Quinzel. We establish in various flashbacks that she suffers from several personality and psychological disorders that I am no way qualified to diagnose or even analyze. It is made very clear from the beginning that she has several issues that have plagued her throughout her life. She begins her life as a normal, if not somewhat unhinged, little girl. She graduated at the top of her class in high school before becoming a successful psychologist at Arkham Asylum, where she met her puddin', who encouraged her to fall into a vat of acid. Note, if your partner asks you to jump into a vat of acid, push them in instead. This had the wonderful side effect of bleaching her skin, giving her some immunity to toxins, and minorly enhanced physical capabilities. Because we are looking at Harley Quinn and not Dr. Harleen Quinzel, we will be looking at her from the start of the series. Harley declares herself a supervillain, committing robberies, assaults, and brutalizing others for her own gain. For that, we'll be starting her alignment as neutral evil. Some people would argue chaotic evil, but since she has something of a moral code as seen in episode 7...
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the point was to get the job done.
Yeah, but not by murdering innocent people. I mean, it's just a line I won't cross.
I feel that neutral evil is best. Otherwise, she is pretty much a wild card of a character. Now, I did mention this in the Joker video, but it bears repeating. Harley Quinn clearly suffers from some sort of mental illness. I am neither qualified, nor am I capable of properly dissecting or discussing her mental health problems. However, it's very clear that her problems stem from a combination of her mental composure, her abusive upbringing, and her relationships. However, none of these are ever an excuse for evil actions. Harley herself points this out in her flashback episode where she talks about her backstory.
Yeah, because it was easier to blame him than accept the truth.
And the truth being what exactly?
That it was always my choice. That I was in control all along.
Sometimes Harley does things with the intent of being decent for other people, which we will see as good actions. There are also other times that Harley will do things for selfish reasons, but since those decisions aren't necessarily done with the intent to harm anyone else, we'll be considering them to be one of the neutral alignments.
Okay, so what you're saying is you're not over your ex and you want to throw your success in his face.
Exactly.
Honestly, that might be the most relatable thing you've ever said.
We're gonna rob Bruce Wayne!
I consider this action to be neutral because her intent is to prove her ability and stand on her own. I'm taking Harley's intent into consideration probably a lot more than I should, but as many of you have pointed out, I'm a bit of an optimist and I tend to view things a bit more positive, I guess. Otherwise, let's go!
Harley Quinn? I mean, you think we're afraid of the Joker's girlfriend?
Harley brutalizes Arando, chaotic evil.
Don't you mean we?
You know
know I'd love to take you puddin', but I'd never deny you the pleasure of buying me time to escape.
Loyal to her psycho love. Like, really loyal. Holy cow. Lawful evil.
Oh, hey, Harley. Ragweed.
That's it? Just, hey, Harley, you left me in Arkham for a year. But this is the last time. I am here to break up with you.
Oh, shit. She's dumping you. Oh, screw it. I'll die for you any day. I'm in.
Really? Me too.
Harley flip-flops back and forth between Joker a lot this episode. What is she? A politician? Chaotic neutral.
Bring it, bitch.
Harley murders all of Joker's minions before declaring that she'll become Gotham's greatest supervillain. Chaotic evil. Harley has a bit of a habit of breaking stuff when she's angry. At least once per episode. I'm just gonna count this once, but it will be a big one. Chaotic neutral. Harley robs the mint, ditching her friend. Chaotic evil.
I'm Jewish, and today I'm a man.
Oh, that's right. I forgot I'm talking to a newly grown man. I mean, after all, you've already finger banged somebody.
Harley humiliates Joshua just because. Chaotic evil.
Just do what I tell you, you dumb, freakish monster.
Bane, why are you letting him talk to you like that?
Harley convinces the other supervillains to rebel. Neutral. Robin trains. Neutral evil.
All right, we're gonna steal this asshole's gold medals and anything else we can get our hands on.
Using teamwork to pull off a heist. Neutral evil. Harley and her crew beats the snot out of Maxie Zeus to prove a point. Chaotic evil. Harley basically just causes mischief the whole episode in order to attract Batman. Chaotic neutral.
So as everyone can see, I could have killed him anytime I wanted, but I didn't, because he's a kid and kids are gross. Also, he is not my nemesis.
Revealing the truth about your nemesis. Lawful neutral. Harley protects Robin and attempts to do nice things for Ivy. Arguably neutral good, but I'm gonna say chaotic good.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't.
Harley messes with her memories despite Psycho's warnings. Chaotic neutral.
Repressed Memory Island? Yeah, it's where you keep all your screwed up memories. Trust me, you do not want to go anywhere near it.
Oh, well then we gotta go.
For the record, Harley didn't ask her friends to help her. Ivy convinced them to stay. Neutral.
I named you.
You got Harley Quinn out of Harleen Quinzel. Nice work, genius. You didn't make me, Joker. I made myself.
Harley overcomes her own backstory and claims she's in control. Neutral.
Everyone brought their A game. I mean, Psycho. When you made those T-Rex bones just come to life and then chase that guard. Mwah!
Wait, did you just steal King Tut's body?
Stealing King Tut's tomb. Neutral evil.
Okay, so what you're saying is you're not over your ex and you want to throw your success in his face.
Exactly.
Honestly, that might be the most relatable thing you've ever said.
We're gonna rob Bruce Wayne.
Conspiring to steal the Wayne tech in spite of your ex. Chaotic neutral.
Hello? What the hell are you doing?
Going after the bigger score and endangering your mission. Chaotic neutral.
Because we are gonna rescue your arm. We are gonna break into the Gotham City Police Department. If we pull it off, the Legion will call us in no time. Oh, and Clayface will have 2 arms.
Harley's motivation to retake the arm is solely so that she can get into the Legion of Doom, not to help her friend. Chaotic neutral. Harley presses a button she doesn't know in the hopes it would be helpful. Chaotic neutral.
My friend just lost his arm, and instead of helping him get it back, I did what would help me get into the Legion of Doom. I let him down. Just like you let Gordon down.
Harley helps Batman and her teammate resolve their problems. Chaotic good.
Hey, King, I am so sorry for leaving you here so long.
Harley breaks her teammate out of prison. Chaotic good.
You said you were gonna release me.
I did, from the tax code. But you're hereby sentenced to serve the remainder of your time in Arkham Asylum.
What? That's bullshit! Somebody's gotta do something. She's been stuck in that book for 30 years.
Let's ride.
This is actually legit. An act born with solely good intentions. Harley breaks Queen of Fables out of Arkham because she believes that she was unjustly imprisoned and served her time. Chaotic good.
Damn it, that guy ratted us out. I'm calling off the mission.
Relax. You do your thing. I'll keep them busy.
Harley leaves the Queen of Fables in charge of distracting the family, thinking that she will kindly distract them. What actually transpires does not change the intent. Neutral good.
I think maybe you should sit out the weather machine heist. Your style is just a little intense.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the point was to get the job done.
Yeah, but not by murdering innocent people. I mean, it's just a line I won't cross.
Firing Queen of Fables so that no innocent people die with her criminal activity. Chaotic good.
Did I vanquish her? Please, tell me I avenged my family.
Yeah?
Thank God.
Figuring out a solution where everyone lives. Well, she tried at least. Chaotic good.
Did somebody call for kelp?
Harley and team steals Aquaman's family jewels. Neutral evil.
Fine, be like that. I guess if I run into Joker there, I'll just deal with it without my best friend by my side.
Guilting her best friend into coming to a meeting she doesn't want to come to. Chaotic neutral. Harley beats Aquaman relatively peacefully, saves Ivy, and helps the League. Lawful evil.
You can't handle it, can ya?
What?
You're trying to sabotage me instead of confronting the fact that without me, you don't have a single friend in this world.
Blowing up at her best friend. Neutral evil.
I'm just gonna...
Yeah, not dealing with the problem... technically neutral?
I know the last time we talked it was shitty, but, I feel like maybe we have an opportunity to start over here.
Harley attempts to make up with Ivy. Chaotic good.
I don't get it.
You don't get it.
Well, for starters, why do you need a tower? Right? If you want to get on TV, why don't you just take over the airwaves like everybody else?
Harley shuts down Joker's proposal on his half-baked plan. Lawful neutral.
Don't worry, you won't be working for Bane, I promise. Ugh, I just gotta figure out how to game the system here.
And how, pray tell, will you do that?
Harley agrees to drink with Joker to help out her buddies. Lawful good.
All right, I really better get going.
Come on, you can stay for 5 more minutes.
Harley breaks off her plans with Ivy to hang out with Joker. Chaotic neutral.
Hey, everyone. Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't get here sooner. I got held up at a crazy Legion board meeting and then...
She then lies to her friends about what happened. Chaotic neutral.
All right, stop! Ugh, I'm coming.
You're gonna stick up for your old man?
Hell no. I just know when you fuck this up, they'll kill Ma next.
Harley helps her dad and her family. Chaotic good.
You people are not my family. And you know what? Ugh. You're not even worth it.
Harley spares her family despite them trying to kill her. Chaotic good.
Sorry. Look, Ivy needs us, and I can't do it on my own.
We'll help you, Harley.
Yay!
For Ivy.
Still yay!
And then we never want to see you again, all right?
Less yay, but more yay than I had this morning.
Harley re-recruits her team and apologizes. Neutral good.
Don't worry, I know just how to save her.
Why the fuck did you do that?
KOing your friends so that you can fix their brain is chaotic good.
Hey, now that it's just me and you, I was hoping we could talk a little bit about why one bestie would think of the other bestie as her worst nightmare.
Not now.
Endangering the mission so that you can have a heart-to-heart is pretty selfish. Chaotic neutral.
Ivy, you're right. I let Joker get to me. I turned my back on my friends and on you. But that's the old me. Time to blow her up.
As a sign of friendship, Harley kills the old her. Symbolism! Chaotic good.
Oh, we gotta stop this.
Harley tries to save everyone from the tree monsters. Neutral good.
Wait, you have Kite Man's number memorized?
Really? You're hung up on how she knows Kite Man's number? Now? Really? Chaotic neutral.
Commercial license?
The Harley gang commandeers a tank to attack the Legion of Doom for revenge. Chaotic neutral.
Yeah, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go and draw the trees away from the tower.
I've be, careful and shit.
Wishing your bestie the best. Neutral good.
Props.
Harley didn't mean to kill Fable, but she did need to stop her to save herself and the town. Crazy brutal though. Chaotic good.
Thanks, Ive. Wow, you risked your life and killed trees for us. I thought you didn't love anything more than trees.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess there are a handful of exceptions.
I'm so sorry. I'm not great at having people who are actually good to me in my life.
Same.
Apologizing to Ivy and admitting you're wrong is a big moment. Neutral good. Paying respects to your bestie. Neutral good.
We put our heads together, we can beat him. And then you can go back to doing whatever it is you do.
I'm not teaming up with you. You should be locked up in Arkham.
Joker killed Ivy, took over Gotham, and cut off your bat nuts! Help me!
Teaming up with Batman. Lawful good.
I know, real growth. I thought maybe we could patch things up over a steaming cup of Batman.
Tricking Joker so Batman can sneak up on him. Chaotic good.
I have a whole army inside this sick-ass tower. What leg do you have to stand on?
It seems like you really want me alive. So if you don't do what I say, I'm gone.
Harley holds herself hostage to get Joker to let her in the tower. Chaotic good.
So I put this on, you let them go.
And if you don't, I kill them.
Harley puts on the old costume to save her crew. Lawful good.
I guess I could never stay away from my pudding.
Okay, admittedly, that's a nat 20. Also, tricking Joker to stab him. Chaotic good.
You don't want to do this. We can rule Gotham together. No, you're nothing without me.
You always tried to make me think that, but it's not true. I have friends that love and care about me. I'm moving on with my life with the people that matter, and that ain't you, pudding dropping.
Love to.
Harley drops Joker in acid as her own means of catharsis and growth. Definitely more individualistic than altruistic. Chaotic neutral.
Okay, right? I mean, he's Batman.
Sure. I mean, you know, he's got the polymer suit with the... Oh, shit. Let's get out of here.
And I just want the record to reflect that I always had faith in you, Harley. Did not doubt it for a moment.
I did not feel the same way, but am so glad I was wrong.
Charles, you did it. Justice League is gone. Same with the Legion of Doom. And the Joker's dead. Gotham is in complete chaos.
It's so beautiful.
So, they celebrate destroying Gotham? What? Okay, I guess. Chaotic evil. Warning! Incoming political opinions. They may not agree with yours, but I will do my best to respect them. Please finish the video first before leaving your comments. I feel that I'm going to be giving this as fair a shake as possible, and I hope that you do the same for me. I have fans all across the political spectrum, and I am proud of my diverse crowd, so I will be trying to keep these criticisms as respectful as possible. First, I want to compliment the show as much as I can, because I like pretty much 95% of it. It's legitimately funny in most places while doing a great job at honoring the DC Universe's lore while making it their own unique show. Almost every character is three-dimensional, full of personality, charm, and flaws that make them relatable, despicable, and even lovable. My two favorite characters are Ivy and Dr. Psycho. Ivy just makes every scene she's in better. She is so chill while still being pretty badass and generally fun to have around. Her relationship with Kite Man and everyone else in the series is a major highlight. Turning her from a kill all humans because they're killing nature archetype to a well-meaning eco-terrorist works so well for this series. Psycho surprised me in how much I liked them. When they introduced him as this weird misogynist, I expected this guy to be the mouthpiece of everything wrong with political writing.
That really hurt you!
In reality, he ended up being a realistically written, misguided man. His internal problems were just a small part of his character and not what defined him. Without Psycho, Harley's crew would have failed. And despite being a villain, he recognized that his behavior was a problem in a way that I think a lot of men in this situation wouldn't have immediately understood.
Psycho has his own inability to refrain from using the C-word.
My nemesis is Wonder Woman. That can't... Okay, I see what you're saying.
If anyone wants to complain that you can't write a compelling character with a problematic prejudice, I'd point them to Dr. Psycho every time.
$30 if you put me in your pocket. What? I gotta type. You knew this.
Now, we get into the issues that will cause friction. This series is definitely written with a feminist edge in mind. In fact, it's not hard to determine that left-leaning writers were the ones leading the charge with this.
I mean, a guy robs a bank, he's a criminal mastermind. A woman robs a bank,
She's a crazy bitch.
Because I don't want to join your self-important sausage party.
Hey, we have a woman.
Good for you.
I'm blanking on her name right now, but she's lovely.
Great.
No! Women aren't funny.
My fellow whites, let's raise a glass to this pyramid of money, the foundation of which was built upon our favorite pastime. Fucking the poor!
And most of the time, this angle works. It's the same reason why I don't think people should judge Has Been Hotel when they use a gay or sexist joke.
Just don't get your taco in a twist, baby.
Was that you trying to be sexist or racist?
Whatever pisses you off more.
These are all villains and terrible people. They should have these problems. Harley Quinn is looking to become a supervillain. Her goal is to be evil and become one of the elites of evil society. Of course she deals with sexist-based problems. This absolutely makes sense in the context of her world. I would take more umbrage if, say, Superman was being problematic to Wonder Woman and she had to deal with the glass ceiling, but that's not the case here. There were a few moments I felt the political jokes just did not fit, but they were pretty rare.
Don't worry. If any plants around, she's just another weak, helpless woman.
Who still has hams and the goddamn Second Amendment. Obviously, I support background checks and common sense gun laws.
Ivy, you're an eco-terrorist in a world full of metahumans. Just stop. The part that frustrated me most was really just the ending, and this is mostly because it seemed to contradict a lot of what they were going for. Harley starts as a true evil, almost chaotic evil type character who slowly starts becoming a chaotic neutral, or even chaotic good type character. But then at the last scene, she just does a 180 back to the way she was before. Harley has always gone out of her way to prevent as many innocent bystanders as possible, but at the end of the series, she is reveling in the destruction of Gotham. Like, she kicked out and subsequently killed Fable for doing exactly the same thing. This does not work from the character development that she's been shown. This also harms the political message of the show. If you really look at it in a meta sense, that last scene doesn't add up.
You did it. Justice League is gone. Same with the Legion of Doom. And the Joker's dead. Gotham is in complete chaos.
Harley didn't defeat anyone, really. Joker destroyed the Legion of Doom. Fable trapped the Justice League. Ivy defeated Joker. And they're just kinda giving Harley credit for that. All she did was steal the accomplishments of her straight white abusive ex-boyfriend and the only woman of color after killing both of them. And yes, Harley and Ivy are bisexual in the comics, but in this case, they are either in an alternate universe where they aren't, or they haven't realized it about themselves. So at the end of the series, the only people left are the straight white characters sitting atop a mountain of a really weird game of Hot Potato King of the Hill. This ending doesn't work from the political angle or the character development we have seen, and it's actively frustrating as a viewer. But then again, this is a comedy, and from that perspective, I really enjoyed it. This is one of the funniest cartoons of the year, and I appreciate all the laughs that I got out of it. At the end of the day, this Harley Quinn cartoon is basically a show about relationships, work relationships, friendships, dating outside your social class, toxic exes, and camaraderie. It's just wrapped up in a comedy that's wrapped up in a DC hero skin, and there's nothing wrong with that. My problem with this only extends to keeping in the consistency with your own mythology and to avoid talking down to people. Most people are willing to accept what you have to say, but where people get pissy is when you talk down to them. It doesn't happen too often here, but when it does, it's pretty easy to spot. If you haven't seen it yet, I suggest checking it out on DC Universe's streaming service. They clearly put a ton of effort into this, and they are launching Season 2 extremely quickly. Check out our other alignment videos, and I'll see you next time.